was always someone to listen to me when I didn't feel like I had those people. I struggled a lot because like my family was really tough. So it was nice to be able to come to a place where I enjoyed to be at. I enjoyed coming to Goodwill. I enjoyed being around the people. I enjoyed working around Will, being able to come talk to Lance and Carlos when I needed to. Um, I felt like I was listened to every time that I said like when I brought up that I needed a tutor. It wasn't something that was questioned. They knew that I knew what was right for me. They knew what was right for me, and with doing that, I was able to actually achieve getting my GED, realizing that okay, I am listened to. I do know what I need, and I do know how I feel, and being able to be a little bit more vulnerable with people definitely helped me achieve and grow more than I probably thought I would have if it wasn't for like Will and Lance and a lot of the people, even managers that I had at Oro Valley. Um, I don't think that I would have been able to see a lot of those things in myself if it wasn't for the fact that I got my GED and worked with people who cared so much about my success and cared about me just not only like professionally but personally. Made sure that I was doing all right, made sure that things were going okay, believed in me when times got tough. Um, I'm very thankful for all the people that have been connected to me in some way at Goodwill. Everyone has a purpose, everyone has a reason why they're here, everyone has that same drive that I've had, and that's the first point that you need to use to fuel your fire. It's about keeping that fire burning. That is the most important part. Everyone that is coming to the program that I've met has it and may not have that sense of belief in themselves yet, but keeping that fire burning is very important. Learning how to work during the hard times, come to school during the hard times, because realizing that not allowing those hard times to completely stop me has made me a lot stronger during the times when I feel like I may be having like a really bad mental health day. I might be having just a tough time with like a school project, might just be having a tough time feeling like I'm not achieving enough. Just taking that time and, not necessarily occupying the mind, but allowing your mind not to just completely get overfilled with the small little details. I felt like that was something very important as I was fully growing over the last like year to 2 years. I feel like most of my growth has been through evaluating myself and allowing myself to really grow out of that like shy, timid feeling like I wasn't good enough, allowing myself to take compliments, to take achievements and be proud of them. When you start getting that point in your like success is when you start to really see yourself like grow. You start to see that success feel like it's achieving at a higher level because you're able to see it. Once you start feeling it and truly seeing it in yourself is when you feel like goals are really accomplished. And that's what's most important, is valuing yourself. I just found that very important, those like small times that I would have where I could like talk to Will about the way that I was feeling and be able to sit down and be with him and say like, like I'm really struggling in this class right now, like, and him to be able to sit there and actually like talk to me, not only like I was a youth, but I was like an equal adult to him. He saw that he saw the potential in me, and he didn't give up when I was trying to.
So, am I going?
Yeah, just tell me about your journey with Dakota.
Okay, so Dakota Smith, I met him when I believe he had just turned 19, joined youth restoration when we used to do furniture and bikes over at the old Cherry Bell warehouse. First day I noticed about him is you tell him something one time He had it from the beginning. You tell him one time and he learns right off the bat. The other thing is he's eager to gain any knowledge he can get. He jumped right in to getting his GED, which was really the most important reason he came to Goodwill, is he knew he needed his GED to go farther. Unfortunately, a few months later, COVID happened, and we stopped the youth restoration. However, Dakota being Dakota, he contacted me to see how he can continue making the progress that he needed to make to get his GED and just keep moving forward. And in typical Dakota fashion, he searched out ways to stay engaged, and he went to the rec. He got with Carlos, he got with Lance during COVID. I believe he joined AmeriCorps and did a program with AmeriCorps and finished that, so he could continue to make money on his own. And he did so well there, he wanted to go to the Oro Valley store. But he knew he still needed his GED. Still, the most important thing for Dakota was to get his GED. So he felt the best way was to actually leave the Oro Valley store. And through a lot of people at Goodwill, but this is what Goodwill does, we all talked about it, and we got him back to the new youth restoration, which is heavily maintenance involved for the learning. And he came back that way, and he got his GED. More impressive thing about Dakota is he knew he didn't want to stop there. He enrolled at Pima Community College to get a degree from Pima, and he completed his first year. Don't know his exact GPA, but I believe it's would be considered straight A's for his first full year of college. He's so eager to learn. I just really admire that about him. He was able to go from youth restoration and take a job as a maintenance tech in the maintenance department. And it's been a seamless transition. He can do anything on his own. Very little supervision needed for Dakota. And another funny thing about that is a lot of Goodwill employees always mention, it's so weird to see Dakota driving a van. But it just shows his growth, right? He went from being in youth restoration, a young kid, now he's a grown adult driving a company vehicle, company tools, and just taking care of business. I need to stop for a second.
I think for Dakota, I think really just his trajectory that he's on right now. So being able to, take the opportunity for himself to really just focus in on his ultimate goal. So being able to complete his accomplishments from first connecting with him on the Opportunity Scale Up program with AmeriCorps, completing 300 hours of service. That was a huge goal, a huge accomplishment, but also too, being able to focus on his education and, amidst, obstacles that came up in his life, being able to oversee that and overcome that and being able to, accomplish that has really helped him open a whole new chapter, being successful. And his coursework at Pima Community College is just another testament of, Dakota's just overall willingness, drive, motivation to be successful, and I'm super proud of him.
I'd want to say from the first time he came to youth restoration. Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Turn it off.